have a ditch or date scenario, and this time it's coming from a dude.
A boy?
A boy is on the line. Normally it's the ladies that hit us up wanting to know if they should ditch or date a guy. But no, this time John needs a little bit of our help. Hey, John, welcome to the Burt Show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No, it's our pleasure to have you. All right, so what situation do you find yourself in with the woman that you're dating that you are now trying to decide if you should continue to date her or if you should ditch her?
Well, I just found out that I'm the runner-up or the second choice.
Oh my God, were you on The Bachelor?
Yeah. So here's the deal. Went out on a date, really like her. We had a wonderful time, wined and dined her, went to a nice fancy place, had a lovely walk afterwards, and yeah, really good, high-quality date. But I found out from a friend later that, the next day, that she had already asked out another guy before, but he had to cancel on her last minute, something like that. And so then she reached out to me, but I didn't know that at the time. So, I kind of feel I wasn't seeing anybody else at the time. So I kind of feel like it's a red flag, maybe. Am I just a commodity or something? What's the deal? How should I feel about this? I'm a little conflicted.
All right, so John, let's think about this logically here.
Yeah.
We're all runner-ups. If you think about it, everybody that we are dating has dated somebody before us. And I would just consider this her dating somebody or, attempting to date somebody before you and it didn't work out.
Typically, they didn't know you, though. When they were dating someone before you, that was them dating that person before they knew that you were available. That's a little different if they know you're an option and then still want to date someone else.
You want to feel like the top option of all of your current options.
Right. Now, let me ask you this, John. Are you more, bothered by the fact that she has options, period, or that you were not the first one?
The latter, that I wasn't the first one. I get it. We're all we're dating, we're looking for people, we come across multiple people, I get it. But if I'm available and you're going with me as a backup because your other guy canceled, a day before, it's less, I don't know, puts a tarnish on the polish. I don't know.
A tarnish on the polish.
I get that.
I would say so. Yeah, John, I would be in your exact same boat because I definitely have a little bit of an ego in dating where when you meet me, I want you to be so infatuated with me that everybody else just goes out the window. That's because I'm shallow. I don't know you, John, but if you really feel some type of way for this girl and you feel like you could see a future with her, I think for this specific scenario, I wouldn't ditch her. I would swallow your pride, kind of let things ride out because who knows, she may come around and actually find that you should have been the option number one this entire time.
I hear that. I hear the logic in that.
I think that's valid, right? Because if you think about it, I always think about, because I've thought this way too. If I'm not number one, then what are we doing? But then I also think about, look at how many actors in the world have said that the role wasn't really for them at first. But then the other person didn't take it and then they took it and then it became a blockbuster and it made their career and they wouldn't have had that opportunity if they had so much pride that they were like, I'm not doing it because I wasn't first. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't date her after you.
Are you serious?
Nah, I got too much pride. I'm just trying to help John out.
What if it's Beyonce? What if it's you and Jay-Z and Jay-Z cancels on Beyonce? You're saying no to Beyonce?
Nah, I would let that go. I would get over it. Beyonce is different. This is not Beyonce.
This could be John's Beyonce. This could be Carol from accounting for all we know, but she could be hot stuff.
All right, John, how into, how much do you like this woman?
I'm into her, I'll admit.
Then I think you should still go out with her.
I think so too.
I think your destiny is the fact that this, so there was another guy and she was wanting to go out with him and he turned her down. So then she turned to you. But I don't think that should cheapen or lessen what the two of you have. I feel like that is just the universe's way of making sure you guys are on the same path.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So long as John does everything right and blows her mind, and the other guy continues to not answer the phone, everything will work out just fine.
Everything is great in
I mean,
dating.
that's the thing. Like, if he suddenly tries to come back in the picture and she's just drops me right there, that would be upsetting.
Well,
sure.
yeah. So are you worried that might potentially happen?
I mean, I guess I can't really focus on that, right? Like, I don't have any control over that.
No, that's a huge what if.
John, are you a confident person?
Yeah, generally, I'd say.
Do you think you're a catch?
I mean, yeah, I got a whole chart and everything for you.
Then you got nothing to lose, man. Like, here's, at the end of the day, there are other men out there, right, who will be vying for her attention. If you are her type of catch, then it's going to work. And if you're not, then you have just dodged a bullet. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like she's doing something wrong. I mean, like, she won't pick you, and then you can go find the person who's right for you. I think sometimes, like, we let ego get in the way of dating, and I certainly understand. I would feel some kind of way as well. If I were dating a guy and I found out his first girl canceled and I was the backup, I'd be like, I'm sorry, what do you mean I'm not first place? But at the end of the day, it's about compatibility. Are you guys compatible, and is there a spark? And so now you have your opportunity to show that there's a spark, and if there is, that's great. It's going to catch like wildfire. And if there's not, you just move on. Don't get in your own way because of your ego when it comes to a girl that you're into.
You're right.
Yeah, we are right. Number one by default is still number one, John. So.
Number one by default.
The Burt Show.
So she just found out that her current boyfriend is living with his ex.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
That might be of a concern, but we got to get more details, like how long they've been together. Was he hiding this? Like, how long have they been broken up?
Or is it a physical living situation? Is he just living with the memory of his ex?
I think.
Is she paying rent? Is that memory paying rent? Because that has a lot to do with it. Hey, Kelly, good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, thank you. All right, this is Ditch or Date. You tell us what's going on. We tell you, you got to ditch that dude. Or you're like, it's not a big deal. This one sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, you tell me. So I'm 26. I've been dating this guy for about 3 months, and everything really is going great. He's so funny. He texts me good morning every day, which is rare these days, and he's even introduced me to a few of his friends. The only weird thing is that he's never invited me over, like ever, to his place. We always hang out at my apartment, or we just go out somewhere. And so every time I joke about seeing his apartment, he has some excuse. Like, oh, it's messy. My roommate's working nights. It's being painted, like whatever. It's always something. So finally last weekend, I dropped by unannounced to surprise him with coffee. And that's when I found out he's not living alone, and he's living with his ex-girlfriend. I know. He swears, though, that it's totally platonic. They dated for years, and then they broke up a few months ago, but neither could afford the rent on their own, so it's kind of a tough situation. And he says they're just coexisting until one of them finds a new place, and insists there's, nothing going on, that they're literally just there. And he even told me that, that I'm the first person that he's actually liked since they broke up. I'm just not so sure, because the ex just seemed way too comfortable, like walking around in her PJs, making breakfast for both of them, and calling him by a nickname. And I'm just really torn, because part of me does believe him. He's a great guy, and he's been open and honest since I found out. But another part of me just can't stop picturing them as this one big, happy, broken up couple. It's just weird. So they still live together, and maybe they haven't fully let go. I just don't know.
I just established he's been 100% honest with you since he got busted.
Right.
Okay.
How do we know that for sure, though?
Yeah. We don't. We just have to assume. All right, question for Abby and Bert. At what point would you like somebody to disclose to you? You're dating them, right? Yeah. At what point should they disclose that their roommate is their ex?
Abby,
like, when would you like to know that?
Maybe not immediately, because I I do think there are exceptions to every rule, but the problem is the rule exists for a reason. And to me, this feels like the dating equivalent of when people are married and they start dating, but they say that they're separated, but they're not legally divorced. It's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy, and I'm sure the divorce is going to go through at some point, but at the same time, why are you dating until you handle the thing that you need to handle, which is moving out of your apartment with the ex that you have?
The international law. I just looked it up.
Oh, there's an international law.
International dating law. Yeah, there's a NATO for dating.
Ooh, we should. That actually is kind of genius.
Isn't that
It is great. That's an SNL skit waiting to happen.
Yes. Is 3 days. 3 dates after like the third date. I mean, you're establishing you guys are going to hang out with each other. So, hey, I just want to let you know, now that things are moving into this direction, I am living with my ex right now, but that is going to change here over the course of the next couple of months. But I wanted to be 100% transparent with you. There is nothing going on. If he gets ahead of that, it's all good, man. How long have you guys been going out?
We've been going out for 3 months. Yeah.
Oh,
3 months.
No.
It's not even now. It's turned into. I like to think I'm self-aware enough to know I would have an issue with if I'm dating a guy and he's still living with his ex, because I come with issues, so I would have an issue. That's just who I am. But the biggest red flag here is the fact that he hid it from you for 3 months.
I get why he hid it though, because that's such a hard thing to explain, but it's a hard thing to explain because there's such an easy solution. That's what I don't really get. Like, if you know this is going to be a weird thing for girls to know when you're dating them, why not find another lease? He literally told that to you himself, that they're just in this situation until one of them finds another place. It's not like apartments are hard to come by. Get your butt out of there, find an apartment, and move on.
Well, not if financially, some people are. They're not able to live on their own.
But you can terminate a lease and then find a roommate. Like, it's not rocket science. Like, people are doing this out here.
It certainly can be done, but this all could be avoided with a conversation in the first month of dating each other. How old is this dude?
So he's 27.
Yeah.
We're just about the same age.
I would probably say at 27, I probably would have gone as long as I could, not telling this. And then
you would have hit it.
I would have probably hit it.
27-year-old Bert would have hit it.
Yeah, he was a coward. I probably would have hit it, saying like, this is not a big deal. I don't want her to make a big deal out of this. There's nothing going on between the two of us, so I just won't tell her. And then we'll be moved out and she'll never even know. I probably would have done that when I was 27, but it would have been the wrong decision back then also.
All right. Well, the question at hand, does she ditch him or does she continue to date him? Is this like a break-upable offense?
Well, it's the 90-day free trial rule. Like, I always say, after 3 months, you kind of know whether or not you want to be with someone or not. So what's your gut telling you? Like, do you think you can move past this? Do you think he really is being 100% honest with you? Because if you feel like you still want to keep seeing this guy, I got to tell you, it's cold out here in these streets. Stick with this guy. Winter is coming.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about being cold. He's being warm with Kelly and his ex.
And he has a very warm and cozy 1-bedroom apartment, question mark.
Is there anything wrong with her going to him and saying, hey, this whole thing makes me uncomfortable. If we're still dating each other in 2 months, then I would like you to be living, away from her.
See, I'm doing a different take.
Okay.
If he really likes you, he will go to great lengths to be with you. So I would, if I were you, I would be like, hey, so I get that, you are in a predicament and I understand your reasoning of why you live with your ex. I hope you can, and I can respect that. I hope you can respect that it makes me uncomfortable. So, and I really like you. So when you get to a better place, or if, when you move out and when you are no longer living with your ex, please give me a call and see if that lights a fire under his butt.
Reaction.
Yeah. And so then it's all about like how he responds. So if he does, like, it lights a fire and he gets out of there and he gets his own place, I think that's a telltale sign this dude really likes you and he wants to be with you. If he doesn't, well, then there's your sign.
This is a win-win all the way around. Because here's your homework assignment to have that combo with him today. So there's your win. You get to the truth. And then we get ratings by you calling us tomorrow and letting us know how that conversation went.
Do you feel comfortable doing that? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was like my instinct to like kind of give him. I didn't want to make it like an ultimatum, but at the same time, it has been 3 months. I'm like, okay, we really like each other. So what's the deal? What's the time? Where's the timeline?
This is not an ultimatum.
It's not.
This is a definite test, though.
No,
it is a test.
It's not a test.
It is absolutely a test.
I love how we're just reading down the thesaurus for ultimatums.
It's not an ultimatum.
Yeah, because the ultimatum isn't like, hey, move out or I'm gone. That's the ultimatum.
No, she's leaving. Like, she's like, listen, I'm gonna bounce. You need to figure some stuff out, and when you do,
Right.
If I'm still free, I'll be here, and I would love to date you. I don't want to date you under these circumstances, and I think you are well within your right to say that.
Winter is coming, and all we're going to know is if we're going to find out if your Jon Snow knows something or not.
Well, he sounds like a great guy. If he
Yeah.
isn't open to what you're saying, can Abby have his phone number?
Because I'll look past it.
Because it's cold, and you don't want to be cold.
It's cold out
He
here.
sounds warm. He sounds like a great guy.
I mean, red flags only look red if you don't have rose-colored glasses on.
The Burt Show.
First time she meets his parents, she gets so drunk she pukes. How do you overcome that first impression?
All right, the two of them had been dating, and they had gotten to the point in the relationship. He's like, I want to introduce her to my parents. So he had his brother and sister-in-law in town. They were going to be at his parents'. He's like, perfect time. So the two of them go over to meet his parents and also to meet his brother and sister-in-law. When he went to pick her up, he could smell the alcohol. And she admitted she was nervous and had a drink. And he's like, all right, it's one thing to ease the nerves. It's another thing to smell it.
What do you guys think if I just have one drink just to calm my nerves and a Xanny and smoke some weed?
That's it. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
So she shows up. She hits it off with his sister-in-law. She offers her a drink, which she accepts. And then she steadily gets more and more drunk. Then at dinner, it's very apparent she's wasted to the point where she gets up in the middle of dinner, stumbles to the bathroom, doesn't even make it to the toilet, and vomits all over the bathroom to where he and his mom had to go in there and help her and clean her up.
And mom's little guest bathroom downstairs next to the dining room was so cute, too. What do you think she had in there? Like lighthouses? It's always lighthouse things. Seashells in the sink.
Yep.
Monogrammed hand towels that
Yeah.
you're not allowed to use.
Yeah, so
Stuff
much
like that.
cute stuff, and she threw up all over it.
So she threw up everywhere. So that was his dilemma after that. He goes, all right, is this a one-off or is this like a huge red flag? So ditch or date, which way do I go?
There is only one first impression story on the Burt Show that I've ever heard worse than this, and I'm not sure if you guys were even part of this show, where she went down to meet his parents for Thanksgiving for the very first time and got in a fight with his mom and called her an F and B. Very first time.
That's over.
Yeah, that was pretty much over.
I mean, what kind of argument did they get in that you bust out an F and a B?
A drunken one.
So much for the turkey.
I'm guessing they didn't spend Christmas together because that was Thanksgiving.
Nope.
All right, so in this case, what has happened? Did she overcome this really bad first impression or not? Here's the email. I did go out with her again. In fact, I've gone out with her multiple times since then. I'm so glad I didn't let one bad impression ruin everything.
Don't call it a comeback.
Right. I really think she was just over the top nervous and let it get the best of her. She said she'd been so nervous about meeting my parents that she had hardly eaten anything that day also.
That'll do you.
Yeah. So to calm her nerves, she started drinking. Obviously, drinking on an empty stomach when you're already nervous was a stupid move. She admits that, he says. Anyway, that one night is in the past, and she has been wonderful in every way since that night. In fact, now that I know her better, that night seems so incredibly out of character for her. Unfortunately, my family is going to take a lot of convincing. ... My parents don't seem to like her at all now. They are being completely judgmental and don't seem to want to give her another chance. They all seem irritated at me for even considering a relationship with her. How do I convince my parents to give her another chance like I did? And how do I get them to start over without it being completely awkward for her and we end up having a repeat of the last time? Thanks for checking in and thanks for any advice. 1-855-BURT-SHOW. I don't think anything but time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she just has to prove it with her future behavior. I think it would be funny, though, like have a redo over at the house, but the parents, like, tarp the bathroom and cover it with plastic.
That's fantastic. Give her a bag.
Give her a little brown bag.
An airstick bag, when she walks in the door.
I don't think there's anything except time. Like, he's got to brag on her over the top in ways that she's doing for him. Make up stories if you have to.
Have y'all ever picked up somebody's vomit?
Oh, yeah.
Besides your kids,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like a friend, and then they're not your friend anymore.
Yeah.
Unforgivable. I've forgiven, but I don't forget. You know what I mean? And I feel like you said, it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering too, I want to know what she did to make it up to them afterwards. Like,
Did she apologize?
well, not just apologize. Like, did you offer
Send
for
some flowers.
a cleaning company or like a basket of cleanings, like something? Like, you went over the top to apologize. I'm sure it's one of those, you're so embarrassed that you just kind of dig yourself into a hole and you disappear, which just ends up making it worse when you need to confront what you did and you need to take accountability and then you need to try to make amends.
You know what? She could also, it could be even Stevens if she gets mom wasted and mom throws up all over her bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So you're suggesting roofie mom next
Not
time she's
roofie
over
mom,
there.
Just get mom loaded.
Okay.
And then she's going to miss the bathroom and she's going to throw up in your bathroom and you got to clean it up and then they're even and then they'll be girlfriends for life.
Okay, Davi's so condescending. Not roofied.
Just
Don't
really,
be-
really stupid
Don't be
drunk.
silly.
So
Just
dumb.
really drunk.
She's like Wild Turkey 101. Take it easy, bird.
Double shots into pina coladas. Duh.
Brittany, good morning. You're part of the Burt Show. Hi.
Hey guys, I actually had a story like this. My brother's girlfriend on Christmas Eve threw up all over my house,
Oh, no.
on my couch, on the floor, my carpet. She actually insisted she take a shower, so she went into my parents' bathroom and passed out in the tub.
Oh, God.
So my mom had to scoop her up and then dress her, and the whole time she was like, "Just hold me back," because she thought she was my brother. And it was awful.
Awful.
I don't know
Are
if
they
you
still
recover from that
together?
one.
So they broke up a couple times, but they are back together now, and we're just gonna see how it goes.
She is not a fan.
It's going to take a lot of time, man.
As an adult, it doesn't matter how drunk you are. You should always be able to make your way to a bathroom or a hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Never in a carpet. Dogs don't know any better, but people do.
It's always, and it's the worst thing they drank too when they hit the carpet. It's always like Hunch Punch, like something where it was like Everclear and like Hawaiian Punch. And then it's like that stain does not come out of any carpet ever.
The Burt Show.
So what does it say if you guys have been going out with each other for a couple of months? You're doing a whole bunch of different things together, but dude never puts pictures of the two of you together up on Instagram. Is that a huge red flag or not? 1-855-BURT Show.
Hi, Bert, Kristen, Mo, Davi, Cassie, and the entire Bert Show crew. I love your show. My friend tried to get me to listen to you guys for over a year. I finally listened to her and I'm hooked. I don't know why it took you a year again. I'm just mad that I waited so long to listen to her. LOL. All right, we forgive you. Anyhow, I want some help with your ditch or date segment. I need to know if my situation with my guy is normal or if I should ditch him. Maybe it's totally normal and I just need to stop being so sensitive, or maybe it's too soon to be worried about this. Ray and I have been dating exclusively for 4 months. One of the things I love about him is that he likes living a fun and full life. He's big on experiences. He likes to travel. He also likes to spend weekends when we aren't traveling by exploring areas close by. I also love that he enjoys finding great new restaurants. Like most people, he captures all things on his Instagram page. I also like to post pictures of all the places we go. He takes a lot more pictures than I do. Many of them are selfies, or he'll ask me to take a picture of him. He will also take a picture of me, and we often take selfies together or have someone take a photo of us. However, when we post to Instagram, I will often post a picture of the two of us together. He always posts the pictures of just himself. I'm never in the picture he posts. He also makes no mention that I was even there. So my question is this. Does this make more of a statement about how he feels about me or how he feels about himself? Is he self-absorbed, or does he just not like me? Or is this totally normal? Would love your opinion so I can decide if I want to continue seeing him into the new year. Thank you so much, Elena.
Dang. I think it is a red flag.
It's a huge red flag.
What?
Yes.
She needs to calm down.
I agree.
Like anybody with social media is self-absorbed. It's just a stupid question, and I'm annoyed by it. I'm sorry. I think, especially with comedians and people that are promoting themselves, musicians, public figures, you're going to see a lot of pictures of them because that's all anybody wants to see. I post a picture of my beautiful mother, no likes. A baby, no likes. Just my dog, a couple likes. But me and the dog, a lot of likes. They got to see your face, and that's just what I don't. He's doing it for the gram.
But not one
Yeah,
photo?
They've
Come
been
on.
together 4 months. That's a commitment to put them online and then have everybody going, where are they? Where'd they go? Who's this girl?
Mo's on your side on this.
I am. This actually hits home for me. In my last relationship, this was a big issue for me. And at the time, I was using my social media for my business. That's what, like Davi said, it was for comedy. It wasn't really for the personal things going on in my life, whereas her Instagram was a lot different. It was all of just her personal stuff. So she would post it, and she felt like I should because she was obsessed with the entire world knowing that we were together. But I felt like if we're fine in real life, like if we're good here,
Yes.
why does it matter what I'm putting on my social media?
Everything you're saying makes total sense to me, but I'll be 100% transparent with you. I had this conversation with Tiffany, and it was me that was feeling insecure, right? I'm always a little insecure anyway with her because I think that she's just so beautiful. I haven't just outkicked my coverage. I kicked it out of the stadium. Okay. So I'm always a little bit insecure about it, right? And there was a time where I felt like I was putting all these pictures up, and I went over to hers, and I felt like there was a big inequity about it. So I talked to her about it. But in the middle of the conversation, I just felt like such an idiot. I just
said
felt
it
so
out loud.
super big. Yes. When the words came out of my mouth, man, and I was saying it, I just felt like such a tool, man, such an insecure tool.
No, yes, social media is all about, it's attention seeking, it's self-absorbed. Like that's why you have your own account to post and promote your stuff. The thing that is triggering me is that you're going to these multiple places together and he's acting like you're not even there.
I'd be pissed.
Like if you're going somewhere, like you're traveling and you're going on a trip with somebody else and they purposely post pictures without you in it, like you weren't there. Like it's one thing if you had a social media account and it's all your stuff, but if you actively go and do something with somebody else and you purposely don't post the pictures you have of the two of you, that makes me wonder.
I'd be upset. You're on a beach vacation.
Yes.
And you're the only one in the pictures, right?
Yes.
They just airshopped you right out of it.
It's like you didn't even go
Photoshopped
on
you
the
right
trip.
out of it. Yeah. It's like they're playing volleyball by themselves. They just photoshopped you right out of it. No.
I get that, but I also do get the people who say they don't necessarily want to post new relationships because they don't want to be the person that has to now take the new relationship down.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah.
It's only been 4 months. Like, give it time.
Yeah, and what if he's trying to feel out her vibe? Like I've got my phone out at restaurant. Everybody at the table is taking selfies with each other. It's all my friends. We're having a great time taking videos. Let's do group picture. And then I get my phone out and I'm like, heh heh. And they're like, no, I don't want to be on yours. I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, she's got 2,000 followers. You got like 40,000. I don't want to be subjected to somebody going, she looks ugly, like one of your listeners. And I'm like, they don't do that. And then I'm like, sometimes they do. I can't vouch for them. So I get it. But I also don't get my phone out at like friendly functions anymore. Cause I'm like, the vibe is y'all don't want to be on mine. Cause you're worried about what the comments will say or something about you. Cause there's a few more followers on my end.
Right.
So I get being nervous about it. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just I don't know if she's the type to want to be on the gram, but she is getting in the pictures, so that kind of defeats that.
Yeah.
Hey, Shay, good morning. Is this a huge red flag or not?
I would say no. I didn't hear all the story because I called in, but I have been with my boyfriend for over 3 years, and he never posts, but he doesn't post in general. Like, we went on trips together with our families and stuff, and he just doesn't really post very often anyway. If he does post, it's like him and his dog, and that's it. But I'll post stuff, he'll like it, he'll comment on it. Like, I don't know. Our relationship works like that. We live together. Like, it's not a red flag to me. But if he's posting, without her, with his friends and stuff, I would say that is a problem.
That's a question, a follow-up question I would like to ask her. Like, when she posts stuff and he's in the photo, does he like it? Does he comment? Because if he's not liking any of the photos that he's in, then that, I think, is an even bigger red flag.
That's the red flag for me.
Hey, Mariah, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good. All right. This is a huge red flag or not?
I don't think it's a red flag. Sorry, excuse me. I don't think it's a red flag. I feel like that should definitely be a conversation if she needs to have with him. My last relationship, it was a red flag. We were together 9 years, and I was not posted on his social media. However, the relationship that I'm in now, we've been together for a year, and this was actually a conversation we had, and we agreed that, no, we weren't going to post each other on social media. So if this is something that's important to her, I think they should talk about it because, honestly, social media can get you in trouble when it comes to relationships. It's a lot of pressure.
It can get you in trouble if too many pictures, not enough. So at what point, because it's 4 months, at what point does she have a gripe? Because you're like, it's a new relationship, give it time. So what is that time?
5 months.
4.5.
Give it another 2 weeks, baby.
We're very helpful. Go ahead and email us, and we'll give you great advice at thebirdShow.com.
The Burt Show.
It's so deflating when you're in a relationship, a new relationship, right? You might think, oh, this is the one, or you're at least in that intoxicating stage where everything's going great. Everything you say, she's giggling at, right? It's so great. And then something happens, and it's like the first red flag that you're like, oh, man, maybe this isn't going to be nearly as good as I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's because, everybody puts their best foot forward, their best face forward when they're starting to date. And ultimately, you're just setting the other person's expectations way too high. You just need to lay all the baggage out there. Like in the movie, or not movie, but TV show White Lotus.
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge's character just put it all out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm actually on board with that. Just here, this is all my S. Are you in or are you out? Then let's do this.
Yeah, there's a name for that now with people that are dating. Is like on the very first date, you tell them exactly what your expectations are in life, what your baggage is. You just get it out of the way, like you said, on the very first date. And you
Just
say,
rip the Band-Aid.
And now you say, now you want me? How good do I look now?
Okay.
Right? So
I don't think that. I mean, in theory, it sounds lovely, but
Yeah.
if I was on a date, I would be like, check, please.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with my face and my hands when someone's, I think, like trauma dump. Like they're just like, bleh,
Yeah.
like all of it at once. And you're like, how do I respond to this? So
I don't know you.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
even know
it,
your favorite color yet.
yeah, it seems healthy on paper, but then I don't think it works.
So I think that's what we have going on here right now in Ditch or Date. And if you're going out with somebody and you see a little red flag and you're like, maybe this is something big, or maybe I should just bypass this, hit us up at thebirdShow.com and we'll read it for you guys. She thinks right now the red flag might be she's dating a man-child. Dear Burt Show, I hear you guys do that ditch or date thing from time to time, and I think I have one. Been dating a guy for like 3 weeks. Oh, okay. That should be like the height of intoxication, right? Everything so excited and heightened,
Definitely.
right? So 3 weeks. Things have moved super fast. He's been at my place for almost 2 weeks straight.
Okay, that's not super
All
fast.
right.
That's lightning fast.
Lightning fast,
That's
right?
a red flag. You got to go somewhere for like a day or two.
Yeah, you ain't got no friend or something?
Make
Like,
it up.
He might be homeless.
Yes.
That might be the red flag.
You're not dating someone. You have a roommate now.
You guys have never been like that since like day one. Things are going so well that you have such great chemistry that you almost like jump a couple of months into the relationship and you're hanging out with each other all the time at each other's places.
I
Yep.
did that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did that once.
Yeah.
Ended up being the most toxic relationship I was ever in.
Oh, man. All my coworkers called me Codep because like I would forget my keys at work and then not come and get them for like 5 days, and they'd be like, "How do you get in your house? Where are you going home?" And I'm like, "No, just been hanging out with Blair. He's my husband now." But they all called us Codep.
So maybe that's the red flag in itself, is that it's going so fast. But to me, that's great. I don't know.
Yeah.
She said she noticed about a week in that his breath was awful.
Oh no.
It was so bad one day, I said something to him about it, and his response was, "Oh, yeah, I forget to brush my teeth in the morning a lot. It would really help me if you could remind me."
Huh?
That is such a red flag.
She stayed for another week. Huh?
Here we go.
All right.
She writes, "He was serious!" exclamation point. So I was immediately kind of turned off, but there's one more thing.
Oh no.
His mom calls him every morning to make sure he's up.
Nope.
He has an alarm on his phone that goes off that's set for 7 a.m., but at 7:05, she calls him to make sure he's up. I asked him why, and he said he's forgotten to set his alarm enough times that it was a problem at work, so his mom calls every morning, capital letters. She says Every other area seems fine. No, you just know him for 3 weeks. We have great chemistry. He's considerate. He listens to me. But are my instincts right here? This is a man-child that I should probably let go now. 1-855-BERT Show.
If you stay with this man, you're going to be taking care of him for the rest of your life. You just need to ask my husband about this because he is having to take care of me for the rest of his life.
But he loves you. It's worked out.
No, okay.
He doesn't have to remind you to brush your teeth, though,
No, he does not. That is next level right there. And then your mother calling you every single morning to wake you up. I had a roommate like that in college. Her mom called her every single morning to make sure she was up for class. But she had to call multiple times, and it woke the entire house up.
These are grown-ass people.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of these offenses are worse. I really don't. It's
Mom
no way.
is worse.
Mom is worse?
I don't know.
Then you can't remember to brush your teeth as a
Yes.
grown man?
And then ask somebody, hey, it would really help me.
Remind me.
Yeah.
I mean, put a Post-it on your forehead? Brush your teeth? No.
It's asking another human being to help you engage in personal hygiene. That's crossing the line. I mean, yeah, the
Yeah.
mom thing is bad, but I could even play devil's advocate and be like, his mom's older, she needs something to do. That's really sweet of him to say, call me every morning, make sure I'm up because I'm an idiot. Because parents are like, oh, I want to take care of you always.
Right.
Even though they're supposed to teach us how to take care of ourselves and the man's not brushing his teeth. So
Yeah.
Mom failed. She doesn't deserve to talk to him in the morning.
He's a man toddler. I mean, you have to tell him to brush his
he's a
teeth.
modeler.
A modeler.
Did we do a thing?
toddler.
A modeler.
Modeler sounds good.
The Burt Show.
Ditch or date? Look, if you guys are dating somebody right now and you're like, is this like a break-upable offense, or should I continue to date this person? And you want our opinion and Burt Show fam opinion, hit us up at theburtshow.com. This is the first time I've seen this. It's kind of like reverse of what we've seen. How many dudes have we had and said, oh my God, I saw her Pinterest board, or I saw a folder that she had in her drawer and it was said future wedding. I wasn't even part of it. And the thing is like 6 inches thick. Should I run? This is the other way around. It's a dude that's really into getting married and she's freaked out about it. I know that if I could turn to anyone for some honest and blunt options, the email says it would be my Burt Show buddies.
We got plenty of opinions to throw at you, girl.
So be blunt with me and tell me if this is a really weird red flag or totally normal, and I'm weird for thinking anything of it. So I'm dating a guy, let's call him Chris. We've only been dating for a few weeks. I like him, but it hasn't been long enough that my world will fall apart if this doesn't work out. That said, up until this one thing, I've had every reason to think this could have potential for something long term. I also fully admit that there is irony in the fact that I'm thinking long term when combined with my concern over this red flag. So, like everyone does, I did a pretty deep dive on social media when we first started dating. I found nothing strange, odd, or alarming. Everything I saw on social media seemed to match the person I went out with. We've also gotten to know each other over the last few weeks. I know he just graduated from grad school. I know he likes to travel and would like to travel even more, but also knows it'll be difficult while building his career. I also know that he has only had 2 long-term relationships, and the most recent one ended several years ago. Well, a few nights ago, I was on Pinterest, and it crossed my mind to see if he had a Pinterest page. I searched his name and found one. There are 2 guys on Pinterest.
You and him?
Me and him. A lot of what I saw wasn't weird. He had a board about dogs, several about travel, few about his career, etc. However, the weird one was that he had a board for wedding ideas. The title of the board was I Do Day ... one day. It honestly looked like the same kind of board my best friend made right before she got engaged. It was all ideas and a wedding. I tried to see if it was maybe a shared board with someone else, like maybe it was a shared board with his past relationship. However, the board didn't seem to be shared with anyone. So is this weird? I mean, I want to get married someday, but for some reason, this seems odd to me. I don't even have a wedding Pinterest board. It seems even weirder for a guy to have one. Is it weird? or totally normal? Do other guys have these but are smart enough to make these boards private? Should I ask them about it, or does that make me look weird for stalking them online? Thanks for the input, Courtney. 1-855-BERT Show. I think we can all assume now that everybody stalks each other online when you first start going out, right?
I think going to Pinterest is actually a deeper dive
Deep dive.
than I ever would do. I am, I'm not going to say shocked. I'm not shocked, but I have boards on Pinterest, and there are definitely some that are private just because if I'm throwing a party, I don't want, all my ideas out there before the party happens because I'm weird like that. But I don't think this is a deal breaker by any means. And like my brother was more into the wedding planning process than his wife was. So there's definitely guys out there who are more involved and even might consider themselves groomzillas. But I don't think this is a red flag.
I don't think so either. I think it's kind of sweet, actually.
In a way, yeah.
I don't know if Pinterest still works this way, but like when people have been planning their weddings and like, let's say I'm a bridesmaid and they want me to be privy to all the information, they will make a board and it could be called I do day ... one day. And then they invite me to it. It ends up showing up on my official page. So I've got all the boards I've created and then I've got the ones like I've been invited to, but it just shows up and kind of looks like another board I created. So I'm like, what if he was just invited to someone else's, accept it to be in the know, and now it's showing up on his main page and it just kind of looks like, but then when you open it, it says like created by Bethany.
Well, let's just assume it's his. I mean, because that's really what the debate is. So let's just assume it is. Is it that weird? I mean,
I don't think
look,
so.
Based on a lot of the calls we get, it could be way worse. I mean, OnlyFans emails now. So if this is the only thing you got to kind of like wade your way through, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird. I think it's unique. I don't know if it's very common amongst men to have one, but if that's his thing, that's his thing. I don't see why it would be a big deal at all. If anything, I just ask him about it, but I don't see it as like a red flag or a deal breaker.
It's the prime time right now for you to be like a badge of honor if we get no phone calls. Any dudes out there listening who have a wedding Pinterest board.
Yeah, 1-855-BERT Show. We won't wait too long for you guys to call.
We don't have a lot of faith that you exist.
Right.
I wasn't weirded out when the girl had the binder under the bathroom sink, like of her wedding. I wasn't. The only thing that weirded me out is like, okay, we're in a digital age. Stop wasting trees. Like, make it a Pinterest board, which he did. So I have no qualms with this guy.
The Burt Show.
All right, so should she ditch this guy or should she date him? She's really liking him a lot, but now, dang it, she found out he's got a red mark on his record, and it's a felony. All right, Burt Show. I'm looking for some advice, and if you guys are looking the same type deal and you want some advice from Burt Show fam, hit us up at theburtshow.com. I went on a date with a man over the weekend. We ended up hitting it off. You ever met someone and they just energize you to your core? As the first date went on and we started to peel back the layers of ourselves, we only found more in common. We got together last night to hang out, and we ended up having pretty deep conversation, finding we have very similar values and belief systems. I left the house 100% feeling like if this keeps going, we could have a relationship that could grow into something really great. Then I did it. I Googled him, and I found something. Years ago, he was charged with vehicular manslaughter. He hit and killed someone in a drunk driving accident. Obviously, only having just met him, he hasn't brought this up. I have no idea what to do. He very much has his life together, has a good job, a nice place, a good relationship with his family. I'm in such a conundrum. I haven't used that word in a while. In my heart of hearts, I know I'm not the type of person that can judge someone on the worst mistake of their life. If I feel like the connection we have is very real and genuine, do I keep seeing him and see where this goes? If he never says anything about it, the decision is easy. I wouldn't be able to date him. If he won't disclose something that big about himself, then I'd be terrified about what else he could hide. Please help. I can't even imagine bringing this up to my girlfriends to discuss. Asterisk, I'll also note that I've spent an extensive amount of time with alcoholics and people with substance abuse issues. I do not think he has an issue with that. So there are really two layers to this. I mean, what goes on your permanent record and what lines up with your values and what can't you overlook? And the second one is, how much responsibility do you have to tell somebody that you're seeing about things that happened in your past?
I don't consider it overlooking. Like you would overlook something like this. You would forgive somebody for something like this, or you would you would listen and know that that was in the past in a different time. And like she said, the worst, I would consider the worst mistake of his life. So as I was listening to it, I thought I would feel one way, but then I surprised myself by feeling the opposite. And I would continue to date him.
Yeah, depending on the details of the whole thing, this probably is not a deal breaker. It's a mistake.
The worst mistake of all.
The worst mistake of all time. So I don't know. I'd need to hear all of the details on it, but this is probably not a deal breaker for me. There are some things that would be absolutely not. If you have something on your record that has anything to do with messing with kids or taking advantage of women physically, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know the details, man. You can move. I'm moving on. But something like this could be a mistake.
What's the line in the sand for you in your head as to how long you'll give him before he comes clean, but before he discloses this information?
That's what I think she needs to figure out, because it sounds like the tone of this, she thinks he's a good guy. She gets good feelings about him. She gets good vibes from him, and she obviously doesn't want to judge him, so I don't think she should. And I don't think you should expect him to tell you on the first couple of dates. But I would say a couple months. If like 2 to 3 months into the relationship is vibing and you still feel good about him, but he still hasn't brought it up, then I think you might have a bit of an issue.
This would not be uncomfortable for somebody to bring up to me if we were serious in the relationship. Like, look, I got to be honest with you. You and I are getting serious. So, I do what most do. I Googled you, and here's what I found. Can we talk about it? I wouldn't be upset by that if I was the one that had the mark on my record.
But should she have to do that, or should he be the one to disclose?
I mean, that is something traumatic that happened to him, most likely. Manslaughter. He didn't do it on purpose. That's the biggest mistake of his life, probably. And I wouldn't be like bragging about that right out the gate. You know what I mean? I would probably, I guess she felt like they had this deep conversation after one date. And she's like, I feel like this could keep going. We could grow into something great. Did you feel like he was hiding something? Or you just, to be safe, wanted to Google him on the backside? If that's the case, then it's weird. But I wouldn't be like super inclined to talk about something that was so awful that I paid my debt to society, most likely. I mean, every time I like watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think about Matthew Broderick. Like, a lot of people have committed vehicular manslaughter and we forgive them. You know, like it's an accident.
I mean, I guess the question is, when do you bring up the worst thing that has ever happened in your life to somebody? I mean, when you're that vulnerable.
You don't have to.
You don't have to at all, you don't think?
No, I don't think he owes her an explanation. That was part of his past. Again, manslaughter. The big thing there is without malice. He paid. If he was charged, the justice system did their due diligence. They doled out a punishment, whatever they saw fit. He's done. And I guarantee you, anyone who's done that, like manslaughter, carries that guilt around with them daily. And he probably beats himself up every single day about it. I don't think you need to go flashing your past mistakes to every new partner. I think one day, if they continue, they'll find out and it'll come up in conversation. But I don't think you can judge someone for something like that years ago. And I don't think anyone, like, I didn't sit down with my husband and say, here's all the bad things I've done in my life so you can judge me and decide if you want to date me. That's not how it works. You know, you find out stuff on your own, but you don't need to give a laundry list of the bad stuff you've done in the past.
I do agree. I don't think that you have to either, but I also feel like as a man, I know you're going to Google it. Like, I know you're going to find out. And you know what I mean? And I would rather create the own narrative for myself. So I would feel like you should probably reveal that information so that she can know where it came from as opposed to drawing her own conclusions.
You know, the common sense problem here also is that she knows. So now she's waiting and waiting and waiting. So can she be in this relationship every day wondering if this is going to be the day he's going to tell me or not?
Yeah, I don't. After listening to Cass, I didn't feel like the onus was on her to say something, but now that she knows it, I would just file it away, see how the relationship goes, and at some point in time, you feel that you want to, you need or want to know more about this, you can ask, and if he doesn't want to talk about it, you have to respect that.
Yeah, I think you'll feel it. Like when you're at the point in the relationship where you can ask and you know it's time, I think you'll feel it.
The Burt Show.
Hey, do you like what you just watched? Because you can get more Burt Show for free. We drop new podcasts every weekday, and you can find us anywhere. Spotify, Apple, any place you get podcasts. So this dude takes her to meet his parents, but he's like, look, yeah, I want you to meet my parents. Yeah, I'm really digging you a lot. This is important. But there's a couple of things about your life I just don't want them to know about yet. All right, is that a deal breaker? Is it a ditch? Or is it continuing to date? Mo's got the email.
So, I started dating a guy about a month ago. I thought he really liked me. He genuinely seemed interested in all the areas of my life and seemed to have no issues with the fact that I have children. As a young single mom, I'm always nervous how a guy will react when I tell him that I have children. Fortunately, he didn't seem to have any concerns or issues with it. It was such a relief to know I found a great guy who seems to accept all of me. So I was a bit confused and hurt recently. He told me that he wanted to introduce me to his parents. I was thrilled because this seemed like a huge step. However, when we were on our way to meet them for dinner, he told me not to tell them about my kids. He also told me not to tell them I am divorced. It almost seemed like he was embarrassed by it all. For the first time ever, I felt almost shame and embarrassment by it too. For this reason, I just agreed and didn't mention it again. However, now I'm just feeling angry. So I'd love some thoughts on if I should ditch him or be mature and have a conversation about it. Tabitha.
Maturity. That'll take us right out of the radio business.
Ditch.
1-855-BERT. So I'd love to talk to single moms and dads right now that you would be required to hide your life from somebody else. This is pretty obvious, right?
I think it's obvious. I mean, I feel like this is just a huge ditch situation. Like, the audacity to ask you not to talk about your children nor mention that you're divorced, like, get over yourself.
Right.
Seriously.
I mean, if your parents aren't going to accept me for what my life is, I mean, this is a big part of my life right here, then we can't be together.
I mean, this is, for me, no question. And the fact that, it seems that they're moving pretty fast since they only started dating about a month ago, and he's already introducing her to, to his parents. I'm kind of impressed, but lost every amount of impressed when he told her, didn't ask her. She said, told me, don't mention my kids, don't mention that I'm divorced. Get out of here.
Yeah, I think she knows deep inside that she needs to ditch him because it seems her real question is if I should ditch him or be mature and have a conversation about it. So I think she already know to ditch him.
Yeah.
But if I'm her, I would have a conversation about it. I wouldn't ghost him. I would let him know, like, I would want answers as to what the problem really is.
Right.
Why did I have to hide this? And then and then after that, I would ditch him.
This isn't like, hey, my parents are huge Georgia fans. Don't mention that you went to Florida. Yeah. All right. This is very, very different than that. This is, you are hiding the bulk of your life. Mm-hmm. A lot of your identity is wrapped in this, right? This is your past. You're not embarrassed by it. And here you are saying, just don't bring that up.
It's not your past. It's your present.
It's your present.
Your kids are your present.
Very, very true. Leah here says what? Leah, ditch or date?
Absolutely say no.
Yeah, you got to leave at that point. For what reason?
I have a kid and he's the center of my universe. And if someone's not going to take my kid with me, they're not going to have me at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what his parents might judge in a situation like this. Maybe they're super conservative religiously. And if you're divorced, they have a certain opinion about that. And if you're raising kids, I don't know. I'm just throwing things up that don't make a lot of sense to me.
Either way, it's like incredibly weird because I would think the moment you want a woman to meet your parents, like that's a big deal. You're ready to get serious about it. So I can't understand why you want to be serious about somebody and then at the same time be ashamed of the fact that they have children. It makes zero sense to me.
Right. Like, you're aware of this info. So if it's okay for you, it should be okay with your parents. And if it's that big a deal that your parents aren't going to accept it eventually, then why date at all?
That's what makes no sense to me. Just to put her in that position, like, so like they're on the way to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even give her a heads up. They're in the car. She's excited about this. And then he drops his bomb on her. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can't mention your kids and you can't mention that you're divorced on the way to dinner. So just to put, like, the fact that he put her in that awkward position, let alone asked her to do that, but the way he did it and the manner he did it, to me, it's just like, done, ditch, out of here.
There's nobody saying, you know what, continue to date this guy. Hey, Kay, good morning. You are part of the Burt Show. Ditch him, right?
Ditch them, definitely. I mean, be proud of your kids.
being a single parent is hard. Even dating as a single parent is hard. I have two kids and I'm single, and it's really hard, but I'm proud of my kids. I would never hide them. Let him go, run as fast as he can.
Kay, I'm curious, and this comes up from time to time on the show. As a single mom that is dating, do you tell guys before your first date that you have kids, or do you wait until you're actually on the date?
I tell them before the date that I have kids.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it. Some people have a problem with it, especially since I'm single and I did this on my own from the beginning.
Yeah.
So they're a little leery of it.
Yeah, I mean, single moms don't have time. If you're not going to accept them because they have kids, well, I'd want to know that beforehand and not waste your time, right?
Yeah, we got too much going on. Nobody's got time for all that.
I don't got time for all that.
She should have showed up to the dinner with the kids, invited the kids.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, these are my kids.
She couldn't.
I'm super proud of them.
Because he told her on the way to dinner.
No, invite them. Have somebody bring them.
Call the babysitter and be like, will you drop them off
Drop
at the
the
restaurant?
kids off. I want to do something.
I like it.
The Burt Show.